Hallmark has done it again, this time with the delightful Christmas film Christmas Under the Stars. This is the 2019 film directed by Allan Harmon and stars Jesse Metcalfe as Nick and Autumn Reeser as Julie. We also have Clarke as a brilliant character called Clem and Anthony Bolognese as our child, Matt. And I say that like that because if you're not familiar with Hallmark Christmas films, they follow a very similar blueprint. There's usually either a mother or a father struggling, down on their luck, and they meet somebody pretty much always of the opposite sex who is going to change that for them around Christmas time. Some of the Hallmark Christmas films don't have children involved, but certainly when they do, it's a lot more emotional. This one revolves around a Christmas tree lot, and it brings together two people, our male protagonist Nick, who has just lost his job, and suddenly everything seems to be going wrong for him, but he meets Clem, who owns the Christmas tree lot, and Clee? I was trying to say Clem and tree at the same time. Clem is getting on in years and has experienced a lot in life. He is very wise. He is kind of the driving force behind the whole narrative because of the way he influences people. And I think he's an absolutely brilliant character, and I really like what he brought to this. Julie, as our female protagonist, is really likable. She is a teacher. She teaches science, and that kind of brings in the whole stars aspect. There is one character, and I can't make up my mind about what I feel about this character, but there is a student in her class who is maybe going through some things, and she has to try and help this young student. And I like her, and I like how everything was rounded together and came to a positive conclusion with that aspect. I won't go into any more detail, but at the same time I feel like that should have been explored a little bit more, or not included at all, as it kind of was not developed enough, but developed too much that it kind of could just be ignored. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but it didn't detract from how much I enjoyed this story. It's very festive. The soundtrack is brilliant. Obviously, because it's centered around a Christmas tree lot, everything about it is Christmas. Everything about it is festive. I can smell the pine through the screen. It's fabulous. It's atmospheric. I absolutely adore it. I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil it. I feel like since Hallmark Christmas films are pretty predictable anyway, I don't want to go into too much detail that may give away a little bit too much information, but it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The protagonists are very likable, particularly Clem. I absolutely adored that character. Start to finish, I thought it was magical. And there is some conflict in it to give it a bit more juice. You know, Hallmark films are usually pretty easy to watch, but the best of them have, a little something to get our teeth into, and this definitely does. Really enjoyed it. An emotional journey, great character development, very festive. I honestly have no complaints.